As Janus turns into the drawing room, the sounds of Atra trying to wake up Hunter, the sounds of Norman speaking in his low, soft voice are muffled as if they're coming from a distant room. And all of the trophies on the walls are staring at him. He sees a spider crawl from the deer's ear across its face into its nose.
Something has indeed changed. It's like I've traveled through to some kind of in-between place or something.
As you turn and look around, the wallpaper in the hall looks like it's raining.
Raining indoors. Have I found some sort of passage into a dream-like place? He goes and stretches a hand out into the rain to see if he can feel it.
It is... The wallpaper is wet. As you reach out and touch it, it gets on your hand, and then your hand is raining. You can see your skin dripping down.
Ugh! He tries to shake some of the wet off.
And out of the corner of your eye, you see something large and black scurry across the hall.
Is it scurrying towards him?
From one room to another.
He's going to take out one of his throwing knives and prepare for a fight if he needs to.
Are you going to move toward it? Away from it?
He's going to move towards it.
Okay.
Cautiously.
As you get towards that space, you see that the room that it came out of is Candace's old room, and it went out into the dining room across from there. Give me an average perception check.
3 failures and 4 advantages.
Unbelievable.
This is pretty par for the course.
You hear, muffled, like it's from rooms away, the running footsteps, small, light running footsteps, off further down the hall, probably towards the kitchen.
I think that Janus is a little bit out of his depths. This is all very strange, and this thing has a lot more power over this place than he can really grapple with. But he's a salesman. I think the best he can do is he's not going to sneak up on this thing. He's not going to throw a knife through it and kill it. He's going to start to try and talk to it.
You're supposed to roll a setback with that because of your fear as well.
I could roll it now?
Yeah, let's just see how it cancels out your advantages. There we go.
So
what do you want to do with your 3 advantages as you roll 1 threat with that setback? You noticed that there were footsteps, or running footsteps from a different room. A different room from where the creature thing went.
Okay, so there were different footsteps than the creature.
Yeah.
The creature skitters.
Yeah.
Footsteps aren't skitters.
Yeah. And you have 3 advantages.
I'm going to head towards the footsteps.
Okay. You're able to figure out what room, even though it sounds like they're from some distant place. You follow that sound into the kitchen. You don't immediately see anybody, but you're pretty sure this is where the sound came from.
Hello? Can anyone hear me?
You want to tell me what the kitchen looks like?
Yeah, the kitchen is smaller than you would think. It has white marble countertops with white trim. It's painted in like a kind of a dandelion yellow. And I think maybe in this lighting it all looks a little bit green.
It looks like it's underwater, yeah.
Usually it's a cheery and cozy little kitchen, even though it's probably Norman's the only one who ever sees the inside of it.
And as you call out, you see Hunter peek up from under that counter.
Hunter, what are you doing there? Hunter, you are sleeping in another room. What are you doing in the kitchen?
Is that really you?
I believe... In fact, I'm sure it's me.
I haven't ever had anybody else in my dreams.
I haven't ever had anyone from someone else's dream in my reality, Hunter. What? You're sleeping on the couch.
I think I know that. You must be sleeping somewhere too.
Well, either I'm sleeping at the bottom of a well, or I'm walking through your dream right now. He takes a look over to his caterpillar to see if it's still there.
It's twice as big.
Ugh!
I've never seen a caterpillar do that before.
Are you dreaming too? He says to his caterpillar.
Is the caterpillar even real?
Hunter, the caterpillar is real. It's usually not quite so large.
Is the caterpillar real, though? Or is that just the logic that you made up in this dream that I allowed you to go with?
Was he dreaming as soon as he... That is a very dreamy...
That is when it started.
That is very much something that would happen in a dream, is you're like, so I had this caterpillar, and it made complete sense.
Exactly. No, I don't think you actually have that caterpillar in real life.
Hunter, the caterpillar is inconsequential.
Well, what do? You have to wake up. If you're at the bottom of the well, how are you going to get out? How did you fall asleep down there?
I'm not quite sure.
He's looking around like a lot, checking every door over and over again.
Hunter, these are questions for later. Now I see you peering around the room. Are you being pursued?
The creature's here. I saw it twice.
I have heard the creature. Well, we're in a dream state. Hunter, we need to defend ourselves. I've got these knives, this caterpillar, and what do you have?
I don't have anything. I don't know how to do anything like that.
Hunter, you're a paladin. You have the ability to do exactly what they do. To dispel necromancers and the dead, just like in that game we played.
But I don't know how to do any of that.
Remember the game, Hunter. You won. You know how to do all of it.
But I don't have the spear. I don't have their white cloaks or any of that stuff. You don't have like a magical orb or anything.
But I do have a magical caterpillar. Take a look. It's all about your frame of mind. Now think, what could be a weapon? What could you defend yourself against? It's about your mindset and your courage, Hunter. Together, you and I, back to back against this wall, we can take any spirits, ghouls, ne'er-do-wells that we see fit.
He looks around the kitchen and grabs a really long two-pronged fork.
Not bad, not bad.
Will this work?
In a pinch, I suppose.
And you see him look past you and point the fork. There it is. He backs up a little bit.
Should I try throwing a knife at this thing?
You could try throwing a knife at the thing.
I like it at least narratively. Ranged?
Yeah, it's close, so it's just it's average, easy. It's 1 purple.
Let's see. I think I have a talent. Can I use hamstring shot? If successful,
you deal half damage and the target is immobilized.
That would be great. Let's see if I don't fail. I really shouldn't fail this.
Theoretically,
it would be pretty crazy if I failed. Wow, 1 failure, 3 advantages. Wow. That's insane. That is of all the rolls I've done.
What exactly were you rolling here?
2 yellow, 1 green against 1 purple.
1 purple.
Did I get multiple failures?
You got 2 failures on that purple.
That's really bad luck, but hey, maybe that's the dream state that we're currently in.
Uh-huh. You throw the knife and it hits the door frame with a very dull thud that sort of echoes, almost a watery echo. And the creature skitters in, and behind the cutting block, you can just see its legs showing around the edge, and it peeks with its hollow eyes towards you. What do you have for your 3 advantages?
I think Hunter follows suit and chucks that knife, and it hits a cutting board, and that cutting board spins and knocks the thing either prone or into a maybe less scary, more revealing state.
You can't do prone if you miss.
Fair.
But you could. So you threw the knife at a cutting, and it hit a cutting board. Mm-hmm. Not on purpose. It was hanging on the wall next to where this creature was previously. Mm-hmm. It falls, and almost hits the creature. The creature has to stumble back, and rather than being hidden and creeping around the corner, it is out in the open. It's just right there.
So the thing is kind of this creature is out from its cover. It's probably trying to search for more cover. And Janus tells Hunter, you're dreaming right now. This is a place that you control. You're in power. This thing cannot hurt you here. In fact, you can probably do more damage to it than it can do to you. You just need to feel that confidence and control your fear. Find a way to fight back, either with this 2-pronged fork or an 8-foot sword in the other room. Run in there, grab that thing, and slice it in two. This is about you and your mindset, Hunter. Change that fear into courage the same way that a paladin would against a necromancer. And I'll help you out. I'm here to cause a little distraction. And he starts doing a little tap dance on the floor. Come over here, you brute. Watch me. Don't look at my friend, Hunter.
Roll your charm check.
I swear I meant to get a rank in charm. I wanted to rank everything that was a career skill, because that's like what you do. What do I got? Average?
I think it's going to be 1 purple, 2 setbacks.
1 purple.
Because Hunter is also scared.
I'm going to flip.
Okay.
I haven't argued for any boosts. Can I argue a boost for my distracting tap dance?
Yeah, because it's funny.
So it's encouraging to Hunter?
Well, it's making him forget that he's scared, maybe.
Okay.
Because you're doing something very silly in this scary situation.
2-6. Fine. Thank the Fenrain gods. I got 2 successes and 2 threats.
Okay. 2 threats.
Yeah.
Suffer your customer service experience. You can suffer 1 strain to cancel one of those threats.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
All right. So 2 successes and 1 threat. You give this inspiring speech to Hunter, and you can see Hunter is psyching himself up to charge, and this dream kitchen, it changes a little bit. The light in it changes from this washed out watery green to almost like a little spotlight shining on Hunter in this moment, and he runs towards the creature as you distract it, and at the last minute you swear that you see that little 2-pronged fork turn into that 8-foot sword, and as it makes contact, you wake up. You feel the rain on your head. You're wet. You're freezing down here. It's still cold. You can see your breath in the little bit of light that's coming from up above. You are in the well.
Where's my caterpillar? It's gone.
What do you want to pull out of your bag to try to neutralize this thing?
Am I fighting this thing at the bottom of the well now?
It is quiet down here. You can only hear the rain and wind up above. It is almost pitch black.
Mm-hmm. Wait, you just asked me what I want to do to neutralize this thing?
You saw a black shape, a dark shape in the corner that you would assume is the source. It's still down here. It's probably not the creature.
Oh.
It's not the creature, but the thing that is keeping the creature in the world.
I see. I'm going to use my D pocket finally.
Yeah.
You can tell me if this is too not canon. I think that Janus's buff jacket...
Buff coat, yeah.
His buff coat is... he traded for this a couple years ago. And he's not a magical ghost hunter type, but his buff coat has he was told, has a silver lining. I just want him to toss his wet, heavy coat over this dark object to see if there's a difference. Something changes.
You toss your wet, heavy coat over this dark object where you think it is, and you think it's the cold begins to go away. It doesn't warm up immediately with the rain, but you do feel it start to get warmer. And after a few minutes sitting down here in the chilly but not freezing well, you see the shape again of Norman up above. Is everything all right down there? I'm sorry I had to leave you.
Norman, everything's right as rain.
It's awfully dark. Can you find the rope?
Let me just feel around. There it is.
You get your foot in the loop. I'm going to pull you up now. Hold on.
Holding on, Norman.
And you reach the top of the well. Did you bring your buff coat package with you?
I think why not? I think that he, cradled what he could find of likely human remains in his buff coat and carried them up as Norman tugged him up the well.
Yeah, the two of you head to the house, the rain just beginning to let up. In that front room with all the trophies on the walls, you see Atra and Hunter sitting there, Hunter awake, Atra hugging him. He smiles at you as you come in. You think this is, even when you were playing, this might be the first time you saw this kid smile. And Atra says, Hunter says you helped him out.
I'd say Hunter helped me out. Well done, Hunter.
I don't quite see how that's possible, but stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have indeed happened today, Astra. I believe that your little problem is at an end.
Well, if we're able to sleep after all this, I think we all at least deserve to try for a good night's sleep tonight.
I don't think he has anything witty to say about that.
The next morning, the four of you go out back behind the manor. You pass the root cellar and the stables. You say hello to Bartram and see that your cart is intact despite being still a little wet from the rain of the past 2 days. The sky is overcast, but it stopped raining early in the morning. The wind and weather has taken the leaves off most of the trees, and they all stand bare out back behind the house. And the four of you head to a small plot with an iron fence around it. Inside the iron fence, there are a number of headstones of different members of the Black family, and you find Candace's headstone. Norman lays down the remains that were in your buff coat. He carefully placed them in a nicer receptacle sometime in the night. They placed them on the next to the stone. Candace was a fine young woman, inquisitive, explorative, intelligent. She was missed by her family after she disappeared, and she will be remembered by all of us here. Does anybody else have anything to say?
Well, Candace, I hope we've put you to rest, uncovered some of the mystery of your death, and, well, hopefully it's a peaceful one.
Hunter puts one of his little tin paladins on the box that Norman has prepared, and Norman says the words that everybody knows, and there's a small fire. And when it goes out, a small black lily sprouts in its place. Thank you for listening to this episode of Tales from the Grey Library. Thanks to Doug for playing on this episode. Check out Doug's art at voidboy.art. Tales from the Grey Library is produced by Nightcast Creative. To learn more about us and the podcasts we make, visit nightcastcreative.com. If you like Tales from the Grey Library, be sure to listen to its parent podcast, The Other Place, wherever you listen to podcasts.